Dear friends, greetings and a warm welcome from Positive and OHC team to all there. This is basically an introductory session to orient you regarding Operation Capsule 5 at Chennai. To this entire program, I just want to dedicate this entire program to my God, Sri Ayyappan, to this gentleman, Dr. Tinsley Harrison, who deserves the entire credit. This introductory session is basically not about the basics of OHC, because the basics of OHC has already been put in. For people who want the complete orientation regarding the basics of OHC, kindly log on to Operation Capsule 4 in your YouTube. You'll get the entire context of that. So now I am basically restricting myself to exactly what happened in OHC4, what are the efficacy of OHC4 towards the examinations, and what candidates planning for OHC5 can anticipate from OHC5. Harrison, I always say, it's a mountain of knowledge, an ocean of knowledge. We are trying to squeeze a mountain or an ocean and put into a capsule in these 12 odd days, which is by no means an easy task. It's an Herculean task, which needs commitment, to put it point blank, extraordinary commitment from both ends, from your end and from our end also. To put it in a nutshell, in a pictorial representation, it is like taking the textbook of Harrison and putting in this and giving it to you like this. The only thing, even straw has been put in here. Only request, just imbibe that. Everything else is given to you. So if this, to put it this pictorially, I have given it already. To put it in a printed version, OHC in a nutshell can be compared to this. 6 months of your efforts can be saved by these 12 days by 6 years of our efforts. If Harrison is compared to a gold mine, the efforts of OHC team can be compared to this, and the OHC program can be compared to this.
OHC 12 days can be considered as 12 precious diamonds, because when people come from all quadrants of this country to attend this OHC program, we don't want to take the time for granted. We want their time, each and every minute of the stay at OHC 5 to be fully utilized and exam oriented, so that when they go, they can channelize these efforts into the examinations and come out with flying colors in the examinations. This time we have scheduled OHC 5 from March. We have just planned to start this OHC 5 program 2 months ahead of AIMS May 2014, so that 45 days are there for you to revise after OHC 5. What are all the sessions you have inside OHC 5? I'll just summarize them. First is, as you know, the entire textbook of Harrison, 18th edition, will be discussed in the minute detail possible, absolutely entrance exam oriented. Second, there will be an SPM class which is predominantly statistics oriented. The only request which I made to my consultant is, this should be absolutely PG standard class, so that whatever tough question asked from SPM in AIMS or PGI May 2014 can be answered comfortably and handsomely. The next subject which will be discussed inside the session is Ophthal. Ophthal, as you know, is one of the toughest subject in any AIMS examination. So, anticipating a tough life there, my consultant will try to make the class as tough as possible, so that the main examination will become as easy as possible. The fourth session inside the class will be gray zones. Gray zones will be discussed for 2 hours. These are the topics which need some clarification from consultant. For example, asset-based balance. One sample for that. Such questions will be discussed. This is called as gray zone. The next topic is recent advances. Recent advances should be read as recent and advances. It is not only things which are new, but things which are new, which are entrance oriented, and things which were there already but little tougher, which is absolutely entrance oriented, will also be discussed. This will be for 5 to 6 hours. The final thing will be something called as rare gems. Rare gems, a common topics, the bottom line of any entrance examination is this: to know everything about common topics and to know something about rare topics. So we have chosen approximately 20 such topics, some common topics, and gone into the depth and given to you so that you will not miss any tough question asked from a common topic. Then last year we had a program called as Operation Harri Capsule Junior. This time we have clubbed it into this main program itself. Who are the beneficiaries? The beneficiaries of this program was mainly we were targeting the CRRIs or house surgeons, and most importantly final year students who have finished their exams somewhere in Jan and awaiting the results for the postings which will be there somewhere in April. These two will be the beneficiaries, and they will have a scholarship for this program so that they can utilize this time effectively. Some points, some words to my junior colleagues who are at present CRRIs or final years writing examinations, and then they will be awaiting the results somewhere in March 2014. One request: kindly track your time machine. Kindly go back some 5 to 6 years of your life. 2010 or 2009, maybe your plus 2 examination. I think predominantly everybody who's here would have scored more than 99%. From 2010 or 2009 onwards till 2013 December, for the past 4.5 years, I think everybody, either in the final year, up to final year or till house surgeons, would have put up a decent struggle. Even in spite of this extraordinary results in plus 2 and a decent struggle for 4.5 years, why there is delay in getting a PG seat of your choice? At least it takes 2 to 3 years to get your seat. Why? The simple reason is these 365 days which is there in your house surgency period. This is a period where the people try to slacken, and when they wake up, they find it too late. Then to recapitulate themselves, to reform themselves, it takes at least 2 years. To negate this, we just welcome our junior colleagues who are in final year awaiting the results and CRRIs for this OHC, so that they know exactly what is the competition outside. They can have a feel of what is required from them, and they can be prepared with Harrison so that after finishing immediately the house surgeons period, they will be in a position to write and succeed in the examinations. To put it, to use your leisure time, the people who have finished the final examinations awaiting the results, to put it this way, to use your leisure time in the most useful way possible. It is your OHC5. To put it point blank, for candidates who will be finishing their final examinations in February 2014, awaiting the results, it is like preparing for your plus 2 examinations in your plus 1 holidays itself. In a lighter vein, for the positive wisdom capsule for my young junior colleagues there, post-graduation preparation is little cortex and lots of commitment. OHC Junior, that is in this OHC5 which has been clubbed together, plus our positive regular course for the final students or house surgeons, will with 100% commitment from the side will produce phenomenal ranks in the examinations shortly.
A peep into the recent history to make the present and the future brighter. Operation Capsule 4 was conducted at Chennai from September 15 to 26, 2013, targeting AIMS and PGI along with your All India examinations. Positive team sincerely thank all our participants of OHC4 who made everything worthwhile. Their commitment, their involvement, their interaction was outstanding. But for that, a CME which went on for 12 consecutive days for 12 hours per day is not practically possible. Their involvement was the motivating force which made everything worthwhile. I expect the same cooperation, commitment and involvement from the OHC5 participants also, and I hope I'll get it. What OHC claimed, it claimed approximately 140 questions from AIIMS November 2013 will be answered by various programs at OHC4. What happened? It was pleasing to go back to AIIMS November 2013 and examine what happened comparing OHC4 programs. When we made our micro audit of that, it was fortunately promises delivered. Approximately 130 questions from AIIMS November 2013 was discussed at various programs of OHC4 positive. This is given in black and white evidence in one more program which you can look in your YouTube, Operation Harri Capsule 4 evidence based. The various programs I summarize. It was Operation Harri Capsule book, Operation Harri book, Posse Goal, must know tables, OHC class discussion, which includes the entire Harrison, SPM and Afthal and the other booklets. Now I just will give evidence, salient evidences from various programs at OHC4 which was asked in AIIMS November 2013. The first one is from Operation Harri Capsule book. This book is approximately 700 pages. This includes 4 subsects. One is Exciting 18th, which includes all exam oriented points from the 18th edition of Harrison. This is approximately 250 pages. The second sect of that same book is SPM Extract, which is a gist of SPM, approximately 200 pages. The third is a gist of physiology called as Physiology Extract, and fourth is Posse 9. This 4 comprises OHC book, which was published on the last day of OHC4, somewhere in September 2013. The evidence from this book. The first question was, recently approved by FDA for treatment of Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. Which drug is that? Anybody who came for OHC4 should have attended this because this was anticipated and informed in the class discussion also. This might be asked. The discussion went on like this. If it was in the page number 160, the first statement itself is rufinamide is used in Lennox-Gastaut syndrome. Coming to evidence number 2, this was a question asked in SPM regarding screw feed technology, all except. Choices were non-burn, volume reduction more than 50%, weight reduction around 20 to 35%, ideal for pathological waste. People who came for OHC4 and people who might come in for OHC5 should go through this question little in deep. This question emphasizes one fact which we say time and again. It is all about reading in depth. I always say there is no role for superficial grasshopping as far as entrance examinations is concerned. If you read something, read it in depth. Typical evidence is this. I'll just go through a discussion which was aptly given in our handout page number 444. Screw feed technology, a non-burn, waste is reduced by 80%. It is for infectious waste and sharps. Just 4 sentences, each became a stem. This is what I say, reading in depth. So please, people who came or who might be coming, just get it from me. This is the point I want to drive home. Which one of the following is not a cause of acquired pure red cell aplasia? It was very pleasing when this question came in the examination. Pure red cell aplasia is a topic which we have been anticipating for the past 2 years. It might be asked. The choices were ABO incompatibility in both BMT, drug-induced NSAIDs, 5q monosomy and lymphoma. This question is, in my opinion, is one of the tough questions in AIIMS November 2013 because it was fresh and it was in depth. This was discussed in OHC4. It was given on the page also. PRCA drug-induced caused by phenytoin, azathioprine, chlorophenicol, procainamide, isoniazid and erythropoietin. This was nagging to me, so I anticipated this might be asked somewhere. My anticipation was 2 years back. I anticipated that this might be asked in All India 2011. This is what I gave in my discussion in a question mark. This was discussed somewhere in 18/9/2013. So since I anticipated this was made into a mock question in OHC4. people who came to that will know this question. Drugs producing PRCA are all except. We gave 5 choices. The answer was rifampicin in that question. The same fact was utilized in one of the tough questions in AIIMS November 2013, which was very heartening to the entire OHC4 team. The answer for the main question was drug-induced NSAIDs will not cause acquired pure red cell aplasia. Next question was regarding an asbestos factory, a person working in an asbestos factory with a mass in the apical lobe, which is true regarding the histopathological examination. In my opinion, one of the best questions of AIIMS November 2013 is this. It was a complete one assessing multivariate exposure of the individual. This was discussed in our MKT. The best question to validate the efficacy of MKT was this. As we know, the commonest malignancy in a person working in asbestosis is CA lung. Asbestos can cause mesothelioma, but by the bulk of the numbers, the commonest tumor by asbestos is CA lung. And if it is an apical lobe, it becomes squamous cell carcinoma. So the question here is, what is the histopathological examination of squamous cell carcinoma? We went to the OHC MKT discussion. It was heartening to know that this was present in our MKT. It is given as cells united by well-developed cell junctions, desmosomes, tonofilaments are suggestive of squamous cell carcinoma. Suppose if it is mesothelioma, then what is the answer? It was given in the next part of the same tabular column. If it is mesothelioma, it has long surface microvilli. This is one of the questions which underlines the efficacy of MKT. But MKT is it's a book which is around 300 pages, which has more than 300 to 400 tables. You cannot mug up each and every table. So this is the reason why even many people who came in to OHC4 might not have got it right. A wise individual is one person who learns from the mistake is made already. So what we'll do from in OHC5 is, we don't want the same mistake to repeat from OHC4. So this time one more extra thing has been included, that is an examination which is based purely on MKT will be included into the session, so that you are forced to read that. Once a question is given, when you go back to the MKTs, then MKTs will make much sense. The next question, also to underline the efficacy of our MKT, is this question regarding fertilized ovum reaches the uterine cavity in which day? 6 to 7, 5 to 6, 7 to 8 and 4 to 5 days. An MKT was in our session, page number 52 to be precise. Important events following fertilization was given in a tabular column. Right from 0 hour, 30 hours, 40 to 50 hours, it went on till 10 to 11th day when implantation is completed. What we want in this question is this. 96 hours is called the 16 cell stage morula. It enters the uterine cavity. So the answer here is 4 to 5 days. One more question to underline the efficacy of MKT of OHC. One more thing, a question was asked regarding Q test. What was most heartening was when candidates came the same day of AIIMS November 2013, that is November 10th, I presume. The same day we had a discussion in Chennai. When candidates came for the discussion, when this question came in for the discussion, they promptly told this was discussed in the class. This is one question, if I am correct, it was not discussed in the routine textbooks of your routine standard textbooks. So this is precisely the reason why OHC is there, to provide something beyond standard textbooks but within the domain of the entrance examinations. To aptly summarize, this is OHC for you. This answer is to determine outliers. I should thank my SPM consultant Dr. Balaji also for providing this. To summarize, I always say OHC5 is beyond the standard textbooks, but within the domain of entrance examinations will be dealt here, which will give you the cutting edge to become toppers. OHC4, so far whatever evidence I gave for OHC4 was theory based. Now I should give some practical evidence also. This can be considered as OHC4 evidence based practical. Dr. Raghav Rao, who came for OHC4, took the rank 15th in PGI November 2013. A happy coincidence for OHC team was this. In our OHC4 program, we had an award and we named the award Harri Topper Award. What is this? Among all candidates, approximately 150 who came for OHC4, we chose the top individual by assessing two things. One, we took attendance, the percentage of attendance the person had, and the overall average of the marks he had in the various examinations at OHC4. When the attendance and this was combined, the topper was Dr. Raghav Rao, and he was awarded the Harri Topper Award, and he stood 15th in PGI November 2013. Now, so far I have given evidence for the efficacy of OHC4. Now, for candidates who are planning to attend OHC5, I should exactly say what they can anticipate from OHC5. The first statement, the academic work for OHC5 was started immediately the day after OHC4. So, if you ask what is the difference between OHC5 and OHC4, it can be given in one single sentence. OHC5 is equal to OHC4 refined for 150 days, 5 hours per day. So OHC5 will be as usual 12 days in March 2014 at Chennai. OHC team includes 3 candidates, one myself, Dr. Manorajan, Dr. Rajshekhar, he is a consultant ophthalmologist, and Dr. Balaji, I will always call him a statistic expert. The timing is most crucial for this program, which will start from 8 a.m. will go on till 8 p.m. The commitment from my OHC4 candidates were phenomenal. When I walk into the hall sharp at 8 a.m., 3/4 of the hall was always full. For 12 days, I want the same commitment from my colleagues who will be coming for OHC5 also. Coming to the study material package of OHC5, it includes Operation Harri Capsule textbook. It includes Possigoal, a booklet with aims in question papers and answers alone. Must know table, which is a booklet of approximately 300 to 400 tables from all subjects collected from standard textbooks and tailor-made for examinations and given it to you. Only request, utilize that. SPM, Opthal, RD, Psychiatry booklets will be given to you. 4 model exams will be there, 3 AIMS based and 1 PGI based. 9 operationary questions. This will be the entire study material package of OHC5. Now, little brief about each package you can expect. Operation Harri Capsule textbook was really, the first edition was released in September 2013. This book has 4 subsects as I told you already. It is Exciting 18th, Physiology Extract, SPM Extract and POSI 9. The second handout is Possigoal. This time there is a change from OHC4 and OHC5 regarding Possigoal, because we are fine tuning for AIMS May exams. May exams are little different from November, as you know. AIMS May is little more towards previous question papers. So this Possigoal at OHC5 can be called as Possigoal XL. They expanded it. It was initially the question from 2007 till 2012 onwards. Now OHC5 Possigoal will comprise questions from 2001 till 2013. 12 years question papers will be discussed. Answers will be given to you methodically so that we stand a better chance there. The fourth material, as I already told you, it is your must know tables. It's a booklet which will be quite handy. This will give you the subject so that you can rule out something, or as I told you some evidences, it will give you point blank. It will be extremely useful. Only request, utilize it as much as possible. The other booklets are SPM, Opthal, RD and Psychiatry and FM. Each one will help you to get at least 2 to 3 questions in AIIMS or PGI May 2014. Coming, always a program should have a trump card. Positive OHC5, the trump card, if you want, you can put it this. It is Operation Harri book, which is updated, the second edition, which will be released by 2014. It's an updated version of Operation Harri, which is already there. The first edition was in 2011. Now we are coming with the second edition. This is made into 2 volumes, part 1 and part 2. Part 1 is systems, all systems, and part 2 is general. This book can corner a minimum 100 questions from AIIMS or PGI now May or November examinations. This is not a knee-jerk reaction or just a hype or a gimmick. This is hardcore fact, because stiff efforts has gone behind this book. When this book comes out somewhere in February or March 2014, this will have a telling effect on the result of May AIIMS 2014 or PGA 2014. This, in my opinion, is a trump card of this OHC5. Then one more new addition from OHC4 will be posse numbers. That was not done in OHC4. This will be included here, because candidates will know that at least 3 or 4 questions are absolute fact oriented or number oriented, and sometimes this may be the deciding factor for toppers. So all salient values, rates, incidences and contents from only few books I just stuck on to Harrison, Park and your physiology genome. These 3 will be compiled and this will be discussed in the. So far what I have told is what you can anticipate in the 12 hours inside OHC5. Those 12 hours can be compared to OHC5 in vivo. Rest, there are 12 more hours per day. Those can be compared to OHC5 in vitro. Those 12 hours, 5 hours we granted for your rest. Rest 7 hours, we want you to utilize it effectively. Why this extreme pressure to utilize? Because when people come from all quadrants of this country to attend this program, I want each and every minute of their stay here effective and productive, so that when they go and come out for the examinations, they come out with flying colors. So this is what we call as homework on OHC5 days. Once you go after those 12 hours, we'll give some homework so that you're academically attached to that. The first homework is, we give you 6 possible exams. Homework number 1. Homework number 2 is 9 Operation Harri based questions you will have. That is 50 questions from that day's discussion from Harrison will be given as a question, so that 50 questions for 9 days will be given. Approximately 450 questions will be covering your topics which are discussed on that particular day. One request, I want all my colleagues who might come to this program to attend all those exams, so that I know exactly where you stand. Coming to the examinations, a change from OHC4 to OHC5 is this. OHC4 we had 3 examinations which was AIIMS based and 1 examination which was PGI based, which was written in the classroom. This time we might push that also into online, so that once the class is over, so that we won't cut the class timings. So when you go back, you will have to attend these examinations. 3 examinations, AIIMS based, 1 PGI based. PGI based might be written in the class. The other 3 will come into your online. This exam will be made A typical AIMS pattern, 200 questions, but one important difference, it will be made into 2.5 hours. I want you to time it within 2.5 hours. If you can time within 2.5 hours 3 examinations, your main AIMS May 2014 will be a cakewalk, at least as far as time management is concerned. It is online, mission to make time management of the exam very easy. So 12 hours inside the class. In those 12 hours outside the classroom, we want at least 3 to 4 hours for us for OHC5. So it can be compared to what my colleague told about his lifestyle in US. The intern's lifestyle is apartment to department, department to apartment. So Operation Harri Capsule OHC5 can be put it like this: hotel to Harri, Harri to hotel, as simple as that. But we assure you, we give you quality time for this. What is the desire of OHC5? I gave in black and white evidence at least 130 questions from AIMS November 2013 was discussed at various programs at OHC4. But the final outcome in results was not as satisfactory as we anticipated. We had only one decent rank, which was PGI rank 15. What has happened? The evidence is there, and the top rank must have been somewhere around 140, 145 plus. So this 130 plus these your indigenous stuff would have done wonders and propelled the entire team of OHC4 into the toppers, which did not happen there. So what we want this time is the materials and the discussion at OHC5 should be transformed into your cortex, retained there, and recollected effectively in the examinations when need be. This will be done. This is the most important thing OHC5 will take care. Already we have given evidence for the efficacy. This efficacy should translate into ranks. What is our plan for that? We have formulated 5 steps for that. OHC5 step number 1. Once you register for OHC5, a pro forma will be mailed to you to fill in. It will have some details which will analyze your academic stand at present, so that we can know where each individual stands and what we should do for each individual. OHC book can be obtained or will send to you if you want it by mail, so that you can come prepared for the class. One humble request: I want you to complete at least SPM extract and physiology extract from the book before you come for the class, which will be of great help in the class. Step number 2, OHC5 step number 2. This time we are planning to conduct one pre-OHC examination, which will be online. Date will be announced soon. It will be typical AIMS pattern, I'll assure you, but it will not be as tough as that. I don't want to depress you at the onset itself. I'll try to make it as mild as possible so that I can assess you. At the same time, I don't depress you. I want you to attend it with good efforts. This so that when you come for the OHC5 course, I can assess exactly how my team will be. Inside OHC5, I want it to be as interactive, counteractive, healthy discussion should be there, which was there in OHC4 also.
OHC5 step 4, this can be considered post OHC5 session. This will play a very vital role, because whatever has happened in OHC5, unless it is revised and used, it will not translate into ranks. To make it possible, we have come up with 2 programs. One is POLS, Post OHC Exam 1, that is Positive Online Exam Series. Post OHC5, we will have an exam which will be somewhere close to your AIMS May 2014, so that it will be an absolute mock exam of your AIMS May 2014 to assess exactly where you stand. The second is more important than the first one. It is a forum which we will have in our website, for people who took part in OHC5 can interact in that. They can post whatever doubts they have, and we will post the reply as prompt as possible. The entire team will take part in that. And then, what are the new points or the potential ones which we presume might be asked in the examinations will be put up there. So it will be an interactive forum which will make me monitor my participants in OHC5, post OHC5 also, so that I can channelize them, I can direct them in the correct path to succeed in the examinations.
So the OHC step 5 is quite simple. We want this 100 out of 100. All candidates attending OHC 5 should get their subject of choice, their college of choice in the shortest time possible. This is the final and the ultimate desire of OHC 5.
I just want to provide some evidence for whatever I have told now. This evidence will be provided by participants who came for OHC 4 in their own words, which will make everything fruitful. So these are the samples of what all my OHC 4 participants had to say regarding OHC 4 on the last day when we had a felicitation function, a small farewell function we had on the last day of OHC 4 in September 26, 2013.
Exams were good, sir.
Good.
Mock exams.
Fine, fine.
The course was also okay.
Good.
I didn't read Harrison much in my UG.
Okay,
It was
okay.
really helpful for me that way.
Fine, fine, fine.
That all the relevant points, everything has been covered. In fact, you've covered more than probably what I'll ever manage to read up. So it was nice. The program was nice.
Fine, fine, fine. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Vagmari Sachin. I'm coming from Nagpur and I'm passed out of 2004, way back.
2004 is not way back, doctor. In our program,
It's a way back, it's a way back for me.
Yeah.
Even sitting for 12 hours here, over here, it was a difficult task for me to start with. But for the period of time, I'm sitting and I hope to clear this time.
Good.
I got no issues with the class as such, sir. But I would like to tell every one of you, all people over here, just get your basics clear. And then if you come over here, then there is no looking back. Thank you very much.
Good, good.
Like studying for our work and for our purpose, and also for cracking this entrance exam. This is what used to be everyone's aim, first aim. But whenever we get flunked in the middle, like when we are preparing, we are getting tired or something like that. The only one factor which we used to think was, what will Manoranjan sir's face think when if he sees us like this? That is what we'll get in our mind the next minute, sir. Even in this all these 12 days, the minute we go to the room, we'll lie down for some time and I will think. At this age, we are finding it difficult to sit for 12 hours. That sir, he might. I think you should have crossed 40 courses.
I'm not old, man.
Sir, I'm not telling you old, sir. You're still, yeah, like that is what he used to say. See, he's in a such fit personality. He never sits even for the past 6 days. We noticed that the chair was not there, sir. Not like that, sir. The chair was not there for the first 7 days, first 7 or 8 days. And when the Kalimuthu sir used to come and give you those chocolates, only then he started worrying. Like he's spoiling his voice and all. And for what purpose is all this, sir? For just for our sake, right? That is what will keep us driving on and on to get this seat, sir. Apart from this, regarding this course, everyone has told their all these benefits, sir. But first, thanks to you, sir. Your dedication drives us.
At this juncture, I just want to convey a message to my participants in OHC4. In my opinion, all candidates who came in for OHC4 are potential toppers in the upcoming examinations if they have not succeeded in the examinations which finished so far. To say a few names who will definitely succeed in the upcoming examinations, one is the second rank Dr. Ravi Kumar, who got the second rank in OHC4, the third rank Dr. Vishnu Raj, the other potential candidates Dr. Rishikesh from Mumbai, Dr. Pavan Reddy are all potential candidates, and I definitely should introduce my positive full-timers from Tirunelveli, led by Dr. Feroz Khan, Dr. Sivakaran and his entire team, Dr. Meenu, who was in Chennai, are all potential candidates in the upcoming examinations. The other candidate I should introduce who is a potential one to succeed in the upcoming examinations is Dr. Karthikeyan from Chennai, Dr. Twinkle Bell from Delhi, but only one request I make to them is, if you have not succeeded so far, kindly do not lose heart and try to channelize yourself away from the mainstream. If you do so, even if you want to come back to the mainstream later, it will not be possible at all. So kindly do not do that. Stick on to that. It is just a matter of time. So only request to all my OHC4 participants is, stick on. It is just a matter of months. You will definitely succeed in the upcoming examinations. All the best, guys. Finished for lunch at 2 p.m. A candidate in OHC4, Dr. Murali, came to me and told, you had put in your OHC4 pamphlet as a brainstorming session. I literally experienced that. To add more to that, Dr. Murali scored 73rd rank in your June 2013 DNB. So a topper in the country literally experienced that and came out and told me exactly it's a brainstorming session. So for my candidates who will be coming to OHC5 session, they can anticipate a brainstorming session which will prepare them and propel them to their postgraduate seat at the shortest time possible, and to be the most important thing, in the institute of their choice.
With my colleagues and with 3 textbooks which I fall back on, Harrison, SPM and Physiology Genong, I think this is definitely possible. So each program should have a mission. Mission of OHC5, if you want to put it in one single word, you can call it possible. This is the mission of OHC5. After with OHC5 and your efforts, our efforts, God's grace, any exam in the country, it is possible to conquer that and come out with flying colors. What OHC5 claims? As usual, it is approximately 140 questions from AIMS. May 2014 will be definitely cornered by various programs of OHC5. Toppers of May 2014 should be full of OHCians. Our ultimate desire is this. Did it happen before? Entering the counseling hall was not like entering a counseling hall. It was like entering the positive classroom. This was told by one of the doctors who attended our regular course way back in 2011. In 2011 Tamil Nadu examination, why he told like this? Because in the first 100, 27 candidates were from positive. So he told every other colleague was from positive. So the entering the counseling hall was not like entering a counseling hall. It was like entering the positive classroom. Positive is there for the past 10 years. In my opinion, the best compliment we got is this.
What is the ultimate desire of OHC5? It can be summarized like this. Entering the counseling hall of AIMS or PGI May 2014 was not like entering a counseling hall. It was like entering the OHC5 classroom. This should be told by my OHC5 participants. Is it possible, guys? When I ask such a question to my positive regular batch students, I always say, at least for my satisfaction, say a big yes. Fun apart, with God's grace, with our team effort, with your commitment and involvement, this is absolutely possible. Positive and the entire OHC team welcomes you all from the various parts of the country for the miracle to happen at Chennai. Once again, welcoming you all to Chennai, working and praying for the miracle. Positively yours. Thanks a lot for the patient audience. May God bless you all.